This program is produced by the volunteers of Tellico Village Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Annette Schmidt, Vice President of Communications for the Homeowners Association of Tellico Village, here with another edition of Highlights and Happenings, because we are a hip-hop happening organization. And today I'm going to be talking with Ken Litke, who is the 2019 Vice President of Programs for the Homeowners Association. And let's get started. Welcome, Ken.
Thank you, Annette. Thanks for having me, and thanks to Tellico Village Broadcasting for putting this on.
Absolutely. And we are here to discuss the March 14th general meeting that you've got planned. And you've got quite an agenda. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I think we have a very full, and I think it's going to be very informative and exciting event for the all planned. First, we are partnering with the TV Computer Club on the topic of cyber security. And I think part of living in the digital era as we do is understanding that our private information is now more vulnerable than ever before. Yep. Mm-hmm. News stories about identity theft and data breaches abound. Almost every day you hear something about it.
Yes. With
the effects being felt by millions and millions of consumers. And while companies and institutions are constantly working on ways to improve security, each of us can play a role in this fight as well. Our computers, tablets, iPads, cell phones likely contain information that hackers and other criminals would love to have. In a connected world, we each have a responsibility to protect ourselves and the people we interact with. And it all starts with understanding cybersecurity. Our presentation is designed to make people aware of the risks, and it's not to scare anyone. And hopefully once you're aware of the risks and tips on a way to increase your security, it'll be easier to protect yourself from hackers, viruses, and malware.
You know, that sounds like a very complicated subject, Ken. So how are you going to break that up and make it sort of understandable for all of us?
Well, we agree it's a very complicated subject. So we are breaking it into several parts. We have a part 1 and a part 2.
Okay.
Part 1, we're titling it Securing Your Personal Communications. Mm-hmm. And that will be covered at the March 14th meeting. And that will include tips on passwords, okay, how to keep them more secure. Believe it or not, many people, their password is password or 123, and they stick it on a piece of paper and they stick it on their computer. Not very safe.
Yeah.
We're also going to have tips on keeping your home network more secure.
Okay.
And also your phones, iPads, and we're going to also talk about VPNs.
Aha. You had me until VPNs. Can you clarify that just a little bit?
Yeah, I hate acronyms as well. You know, it makes it more complicated than it really is. But but VPN stands for Virtual Private Network.
Okay.
And an easy way to think of that is just a pipeline, a secure pipeline between your device and the site you're talking to.
Okay.
So it prevents people from eavesdropping on that information.
Okay.
Just think of it that way.
All right. That's very helpful. And you said that it's going to be broken into 2 sessions, and the next session on cybersecurity will be May the 23rd.
May 23rd.
Meeting. Tell us what's going to be covered then.
Okay. Again, that's in partnership with the Tellico Village Computer Club.
Okay.
And we're calling that session Securing the Things Around You.
Okay.
And that will cover things like scams, phishing.
Like in Tellico Village?
No, not a different kind of phishing.
Okay.
It's not like the fish we do in the lake. It's called PHISHING,
okay.
phishing.
Okay.
It's basically getting hooked with an email. So that's a term for it.
Okay.
We're going to talk about financial threats and how to lock down your credit, credit reporting from the security bureaus, things like that. Talk about scams that are involving the Medicare, IRS.
Oh, good. We've heard that there's been a lot of people in the village that have been getting calls and getting scams, so I think a little bit of help with that will be greatly appreciated.
And I might add, too, that a little closer to home, the HOA tried to hack the HOA 2 times in the last couple months.
I'm well aware of that, and we had some very good people on top of that, and so those are important things for us to know and to watch out for.
They didn't catch us.
That's right. That's right. So that's a great lineup for our 2 programs, dealing with cybersecurity the general meeting on March the 14th and the one May the 23rd. But let's go back now to the March 14th program. And I know you've got some other speakers lined up. Tell us who those will be and what we can expect to hear.
Right. Yeah. As I said, it was a very full program.
Yes.
So we start off with the cybersecurity, but then we'll have the POA there. We'll have a Tellico Village marketing team story that's be presented by Beth Kaburka.
Okay.
And then we'll have Joe Bogardus, who's always a very interesting presenter.
Yes, he is.
He will come and give an update on Tellico Village marketing performance.
Excellent.
And then we're going to end, which I think it should be something that's everyone really enjoys, and it's a great cause. Mike Kitchens will be there, and he will give an update on the Smoky Mountain Service Dogs.
Bring our tissues for that, right?
That's right, I think.
That's always,
and on a
that's
real high
always
note, I think.
Yeah, that's great. So I also know you're doing something for the summer. You said you have something
Right.
planned in even later in the summer, because this is such a complicated topic and so relevant and important for all of us.
And this is on the cybersecurity part of
yeah,
it still.
yeah.
Right. The next presentation will be more of a workshop, and it will be put on by the Neighborhood Watch.
Okay.
Mark Kovar will be doing that.
Okay.
And it will be on protecting your home, and it'll be more of, like I said, a workshop, and they'll have people in working on home security
Okay.
with various vendors. So I think that'll be very hands-on and should be very informative to people.
That's great. Well, Ken, this sounds like a great lineup, not only for March 14th meeting, but then also May 23rd and later in the summer. And I know that you and your team are also planning some things to help celebrate the HOA's 30th anniversary.
We are.
We're turning 30 this year. Happy birthday to us and anniversary. And before we close, I just want to say a huge thank you to the Tellico Village Broadcasting crew and staff. They do a great job, as you mentioned at the beginning, and we are so grateful that they've made this time available to us to kind of talk about what's happening at HOA. Lastly, I just want to say, as we already know, it's March, and if you have renewed your HOA membership, thank you very much, or if you've joined as a new member, but if you have not, we encourage you to go online to Tellico Life and just follow the prompts and then join HOA. Also want to remind you that our socials are the second Tuesday of every month, and they're a lot of fun at the Yacht Club. And then we also have welcome orientation for new villagers planned this month, and that will be March the 21st on the 3rd floor of the Yacht Club, or on the 5th floor. Lots of folks don't know that we have 5 floors on the Yacht Club, but it's all the way at the top. So again, thank you for being with us, Ken. We'll look forward to the next time. And until then, let's go out and enjoy the sunshine.
Okay, sounds good.